Hey everyone, Happy New Year! It is 2019, the first day of 2019. I'm releasing this video, and it'll probably actually be the second day by the time it gets up on YouTube. This is going to be my top 10 list of figures from 2018. Now, the rules are simple. The figure just had to be purchased by myself in 2018. The figure did not have to be released in 2018. And this list is for official, non-masterpiece Transformers from Hasbro and or Takara. Let's get to the list. Number 10. Rolling in here is Minibot Beachcomber from Power of the Primes. He is my number 10 pick for my top Transformers of 2018. I always had a soft spot for the Minibots, so a Minibot had to make my list. And it was between Beachcomber, Windcharger, and Outback. And Beachcomber won me over. He's probably the Minibot from this year that I would pick off the shelf and just fiddle with. And he's just reeks of personality. He's thick at all the right places. He's just an excellent Minibot. Number 9 is Blurr, Transformers Legends Blurr. I never really cared for the Titans Returns Blurr. Yes, I know it is the exact same figure. I just did not like the color scheme on the Titans Returns. It had to be Takara all the way on this figure. The colors are just wonderful, and I just love how the colors just are just straight up cartoon, and that is what I'm looking for in my collection. I try to go that way when I can, and this figure is a good figure. Now, he did not have to be a headmaster, but I think it helps with the transformations. They don't have to find a place to stuff the head, but it is still a lovely figure and one I am very happy to have in my collection. Number 8. Power of the Primes Abominus. Now, this is one of my favorite combiners as a kid, so I was very excited when they announced they're actually finally doing a combiner of this. I'm not going to talk too much about this figure. I have done reviews on every single one of these figures. I will link them down below. But he is an excellent combiner, and I am waiting on Transform Dreamwave's upgrade kit to take this Abominus to the next level, so he can just have a little more posability in actual hands instead of the stuff that Hasbro gives you with these things. But he looks awesome. He looks menacing. So far, out of all the combiners they have redone, this is probably one of my favorites. Number 7. Transformers Siege Hound. He is an excellent rendition of Hound, a good mix of toy, toon, Earth, and Cybertronian. I would say the Transformers Siege line is knocking it out of the park, and I'm very happy to get a hold of some of these figures a little bit earlier on. And Hound is, I was not really wanting Hound because I already had a good Hound in the Chug Hound. But this Hound has blown my expectations away, and I actually think I might favor this Hound over the previous Hound just because this one is just, he reeks of quality. Number 6. Prime Wars Trilogy. Dang it, Starscream. Alright, let's get back. I told you, this is not your list. Well, now that crap's finally dealt with, here's Prime Wars Trilogy, Power of the Primes, Punch, Counterpunch. And I was really excited to get this one because I always liked the toy as a kid, and I think they had done the original G1 justice here. The figure in car mode is nice, it is well detailed and painted. The Autobot and Decepticon modes, while simplistic, are still more elaborate than the G1 version, and I like how they still try to adhere to that G1 feel, that G1 vibe. And he is excellent in Decepticon mode and excellent Autobot mode. Now, this is one figure done right, because they released a double dealer, which I don't think they did that one justice at all. Yes, it looked like the character, but I think they can do it a little bit better nowadays. I think they did Punch, Counterpunch just right. Number 5. Another Siege figure. This one is Siege Sideswipe. And again, I wasn't too excited to get this one. I was more or less looking forward to the Optimus Primes, the Starscreams, the Soundwaves, the Shockwaves. But again, Sideswipe here has surprised me. Yes, he is miles better than the previous classics universe, whichever version, the Chug we got back in the late 2000s. This one puts that one to shame. The vehicle mode is sleek. It is excellent, well detailed. The battle damage, well, I didn't care for that. Still, it does not detract from the figure. As you can see, I do have a shoulder cannon from Deep Space Arsenal on him, and it looks really good. The figure itself, it kind of borrows from the Masterpiece aesthetic, the way it looks overall and the way it sort of transforms. Again, this is probably one of my favorite Siege figures so far, and I can't wait to see more from this line. Number 4. Number 3. Power of the Primes, Predaking. Yes, again, I'm lumped a whole subgroup of Transformers into one spot, but he is another Titan class Transformer who you can sort of scale your Masterpiece figures if you don't mind your combiners being a little bit on the small side. He has excellent posability and looks. The detail of the sculpting is nice. You can see I do have some attachments on him from Deep Space Arsenal as well. A waist filler and some of the claws for his hands, the spikes. But he has a shoulder problem, which it's really hard to keep his shoulders up, especially dive bomb with the cannon on the forearm. It does not want to hold that weight, and that's probably the biggest negative. To me, I still think Devastator's the better overall Titan class combiner, but Predaking, I think, still has the look and the feel of a excellent figure. Just a few little problems, but he comes in at number 3 on my list. And if you notice, I haven't stickered him up, especially on his wings. I'm waiting on some of those third-party add-ons. Number 2. He is less hollow than previous deluxes, maybe a tad on the small side, but with the ankle tilts they add in these figures, the posability with these things are almost, not I won't say endless, but they have great posability, and I really love. Flywheels was the one Duocon I had as a kid, and I'm really enjoying this update. Now, of course, the all modes aren't really much to speak of. The tank mode is really just blah. Now, the jet is kind of cool. I do like the jet mode. A good thing they didn't incorporate the old G1 transformation, because that would really limit the posability of the figure. Honorable mentions. Not you. Dang. I'll go with Power Prime's leader class. Not actually the figures themselves, which I said get out of here. Crap. Now, just their, I want to say the fact there are 2 figures in one, I really did like that function of the leader class of the Power of the Primes. You got Orion packs with Optimus, Hot Rod with Rodimus. I just think that's a nice feature. And yes, another Deep Space Arsenal add-on onto my Rodimus. Number 1. Of course, number 1 has to be Optimus Prime. And this one is Optimus Prime from Transformers Siege. Yes, another Siege figure makes this list, but the Siege line so far has been excellent. And Optimus Prime here is no exception. The head sculpt is awesome. The actual whole body sculpt is really good. It's well proportioned. He doesn't have the big long gorilla arms. He does good robot mode, great posability. He has a good vehicle mode, which is a good mix of G1, Earth, and some kind of Cybertronian truck mode. He's not too Cybertronian, not too earthy. It's a good mix, and he's got great posability, excellent detailing, sculpting. He does have a little bit of a backpack, but it really is not that distracting, especially in person. Just gives you something to hold on to when you play with your toy. But otherwise, I say he's the best Voyager Optimus Prime to date in robot mode. I said truck mode could be debated. Overall, he comes with a gun and a battle axe / shield, and he just looks really good, especially next to the Siege Megatron. Like I said, the truck mode might not be the best for a Voyager class Optimus Prime, but I think it is darn close. And now the original Classics Prime truck mode might beat this as a cool looking truck. I still think this one leans a little bit, leans a little bit more in G1 than that one did. You can store his rifle in the back. Also can store his shield / battle axe back there as well. The only other big problem in the vehicle mode is that their smokestacks are a bit short. Well, that's my list. Top 10 figures of 2018. Yes, a lot of them are from the Siege line, and he is back again. I told you, different list. I don't want to put crap in my good list. Alright. Like I said, overall, all excellent figures. There's more than 10 that were really good, and I think Hasbro is starting to get better with their quality with the Siege line. Thanks for watching. This has been my top 10 list. You can leave your top 10 list down below. And yes, I know a lot of y'all will disagree with my list, but I'm going to have other lists that can, the top worst Transformer toys, probably my top third-party Masterpiece style as well. I'll get to that later. Anyway, thanks for watching. Next one. Peace out.